All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome back to another MK11 video. And today we're doing the final basic character tutorial for the new DLC characters in Aftermath. Already did Shiva, already did Fujin, and now it's time for purple RoboCop, looking like smoke. I don't have the helmet yet. I'll get it soon, but he still looks clean. Leave a like on the video as always if you enjoy the basic tutorial videos. These are just to get you started with the character. Alright, so I picked RoboCop variation number 3 because I feel this one is the most interesting for me because I like trap characters, and this is supposed to be a trap variation with the bed of spikes. And of course, you have this acid right here. If you meter burn it, where it does damage over time, and if your opponent stays in it long enough, they get hit. So it's an unblockable attack, and they get staggered, and you could get a combo from it. So once they stagger, you get a combo, as you see, 2-hit combo. So this is why I picked this variation. But before any of that, let's get on to some of the normals and some of the basic stuff for him. So RoboCop is one slow bastard. If you expect a really fast character, I mean his micro dash is like not bad, but he just feels clunky. It feels like everything recovers so slowly. So once you get used to that, I think you'll have some fun with the character. But even for me, I still am not really used to having some moves recover incredibly slow and just feel clunky. So I'm just gonna give you that a fair warning. Let's see. He has an 8-frame stand 1, which is 1 frame slower than the fastest that you can get, which is unfortunate. But he does have this string right here, which I think is safe on block, right? 1-2-1, no, it's -8. 1-2 is actually the one that is safe. So if you want to keep yourself safe, you stop at at stand 1-2. Let's see, what's a stand 1 on block? That's -5, not a good stagger. Down 1, 7 frames, pretty standard. His down 3 is actually really good. Really good. As far as anti-airs are concerned, his down 3 is really good at low profiling the opponent. The problem is that you're not really going to be able to get much from a down 3 because his dash is like really slow. And he recovers, like I said, very slow. So what I normally do, just like every other character, I go for stand 1. You could actually go stand 1 into guns and still be able to combo. I think you have to meter burn it, right? Yeah. Come on, Robo. I guess they have to be a little bit closer to you, man. Even if I do a stand 1, I'm not gonna get like much from it. It's just a normal stand 1. As you guys see, he's just out of range, man. He's just slow. Oh well, she was gonna keep kicking me in the face. But if your opponent is close enough and they don't do a jump 3 like as early as I did it, you could get a stand 1 into this and then dash up and, you know, do whatever you want to do. So keep that in mind. It will get beat out though, as you guys saw Shiva do many times. Stand 2, I don't use that attack. Back 2 right here, this is like his main launcher. 16 frame startup. You could get a jump 2 or a jump 1 and, you know, get some easy damage. Wait, did I pick variation number 3? Okay, yeah. So variation number 3 doesn't really have a traditional ender. So you're always going to want to go for a setup in this specific variation. But in other variations, you could finish it off with the command grab, or you could finish it off, or you could finish it off with this. You can finish it off with that as an ender, but in this variation, you're going to want to go for setup. If your opponent is jumping, you could catch him with this, but the thing is, this moves him forward, so it's a little bit tricky to time it. But this is definitely your basic bread and butter like launcher with this character. I think Okay, let me show you guys some of the trickier conversions for RoboCop. So if you do get your opponent with this, you could actually dash up and do a. I like doing stand 2. I feel like it's easier. And do something like that. So it's a little tricky. You hit him with this, and then you dash forward. You're behind your opponent, but you have to input the gunshot like if you're still on this side. So let me show you guys. So you have to input it like that, but RoboCop will be on the other side if you do it properly. As you guys see, I'm inputting the move like if I'm still on this side, but if you do it properly, RoboCop will be on the other side. It just allows you to get a tiny bit more damage. You could also do it like that, but I find it easier to do it like this because normally if you do it too early, it'll just stay there. RoboCop will just stay on that side and still do the upward shot. You just won't be able to get any combo from it. And if you do it properly, obviously, you guys saw, you will get, what is this? Let's just say I go for the meter burn. That's 271 damage. In this variation, you go for the bed of spikes, or you go for the acid. Go for the acid here. You could do the close one to keep Shiva a little bit closer, but if you do get this, that's definitely the optimal combo to do. But it is tricky, so I'll give you guys fair warning. It's tricky, and it feels a little weird because you know you have to input the gun like if you're still on the other side, which is very weird. All right, so that's your launcher. You have forward 2, which is your best mid. Actually, forward 3 is your best mid. I'm sorry. Forward 3 is actually a pretty good mid. It's 10 frames and it has a good amount of range. But this right here is, what is it, 13? 13 frame mid that leads into forward 2, 1, 2. Leads into this overhead, which causes a crushing blow if you use it to punish your opponents or counter your opponent. So if you catch them mashing with this mid, boom, give them that crushing blow for 27%. Anything significant with this? I don't think so. This right here is safe, right? I think everything is safe. Forward 2, 1, -5, and then this is -7 with pushback, but I think there might be a flawless block gap in it. Let's check it out. Is it all? Let's check it out. Yeah, there's a flawless block gap in it. But it is -7. Like I said, not too many people are gonna flawless block. And if they do, you stop right there. You stop short, maybe throw in one of these or try to be cheeky and get this out for free. You know what I mean? You could play mind games with your opponent that way. Let's see, down 2. He actually has a really good down 2. If you don't want to try to anti your opponent with this, just down 2 them. It's really good. It's 8 frames. It's fast. It's good. Stand 3 I don't use. Back 3. This is just a way to get a low in your game. You know what I mean? Like, it's really. Does this combo? Yeah, it does. So you could throw in stuff like this. Of course, you could duck the 50 cal, no problem. But you know, you could throw this out once in a while. It's completely safe, and it's 11% if they get hit by the low. Of course, you have this right here, which is your best mid. 10 frames. It combos into, you know, gun, and it combos into other stuff in the other variations. Combos into like the rocket and all that. It doesn't combo into this, as you guys see, but it does have an extension, which is completely safe, right? Yeah, -6 on block. This right here, completely safe, and you could confirm it into your gun, your 50 cal, anything you want. Well, in this variation, let's see, does that work? Yeah, it does. So the gas actually has a physical attack as well. One cool like thing about this string is it actually goes into a combo string, but all the shots at the end are highs. But check this out. That's such a cool combo string, but all the attacks at the end are high. So this right here, forward 3 2 2, you cannot special cancel this. Isn't that really weird? Doesn't this look like a combo string that you're supposed to be able to cancel into anything you want? It's so weird. It's so weird. I don't know if it's a bug, if it's a glitch or what. It says cancel advantage 29. You're supposed to be able to cancel your string into anything you want, but unfortunately it just doesn't work. I guess the cancel advantage is going into these moves right here, but that combo string really just looks like it should be 2-in-1 cancelable. But that combo string is really good, but of course the enders are like highs, so you're never going to use that. And last but not least, you got your launcher off of a, what is it? What is this thing? 18 frame mid. Off an 18 frame mid, you got this launcher where the second attack ends in a high. So if your opponent is doing this to you, guess what? Oh, don't even try it. Don't even try it. Freaking high at the end. I don't know why they made it that way, but it's a high at the end. But the one thing that you can do is you could try to whiff punish your opponent, but keep in mind, if you whiff this, it's death. I've whiffed this so many times and gotten punished for it. Even just this, whiffing this, you get punished for it. Just whiffing this right here. So be careful with that. He actually has a really cool sweep right here. Boom, boom, double shot with a lot of range. You know, one step in character range. It's nice. Other than that, I think that's it for his basic attacks. What you want to combo with this is, I like to run up and do stand 1. It's a little bit tighter than running up and doing something like that. So whatever you guys want to do, you know, you pick what you want. But this adds a little bit more damage compared to this right here. Just a little bit more damage. Alright, so now let's get on to the variation specific stuff along with some moves. So the normal moves that he has is the straight shot, the up shot. This is in variation 2 and 3. Has the 50 cal, which goes high, mid, mid with a shit ton of pushback. This you could combo in the corner, which I'll show you guys in a bit. Let's see, I think that's it for, oh, he has a riot shield as well. The riot shield is pretty cool because if you're playing a character that, you know, maybe cancels into a projectile and you have enough time to, let's see if I could do it with Shiva. I think I don't have enough time. What is it? Okay. Yeah, I don't have enough time. Let's see if I could do a better... Yeah, she recovers too fast, but this is something you could do versus a character like Cetrion that likes to do down 1 into, you know, her wall. You could go into this, cancel into your shield, absorb whatever projectile they throw at you, and try to punish your opponent. Let's see, I think that's it. All right, let's get on to the variation specific stuff. So this variation has 3 moves. Air charge is actually pretty good for mobility. Keep in mind, you do have a lot of recovery frames. Look at all those recovery frames that he has. What is it? 33 frames of recovery on that shit. It is unsafe if you block it. Oh, actually, it's -7 if you block it. That's not bad. You definitely want to get a block instead of, you know, whiffing it. Or maybe to escape out of situations, you can use this if you're like in the corner or something. But -7 is not bad. But this is really good because it allows you to get some extra damage if your opponent decides to break away out of something like this. you guys know this is like your only, this is one of your only 2 combo starters for RoboCop. So any of these launchers that you get, if you think your opponent's gonna air escape, or maybe you do a jump 3, you know, your opponent accidentally breaks away because of you know, the leniency on the breakaway system. You guys know about that. You get breakaways by accident all the time. So that's what that's good for right there. It's a nice armor break. I think it's the only one that RoboCop does have. Let's take this off. Air escape. He has this move right here, which is probably the best move in the game when it comes to closing out rounds, unless you get hit by fatal blow, of course, then it goes away. But when you have this electricity, your opponent will actually take damage when they hit you. So as you guys see, Shiva is taking damage when she's hitting me. So I think this variation has a really good closeout situation with that specific attack. Keep in mind, you do need a bar of meter offensive stamina and defensive stamina. So if you have like 1 defense and no offense, then you're not gonna be able to get it. So keep in mind. But in the corners where this variation is going to shine a little bit more, but I do have to give you guys a fair warning. This is all gimmicks. And I'm going to show you right now why I was very frustrated when I was trying to mess around with this variation of RoboCop. Now, I still think that at least at the start of the game, it'll probably work because people will be scared and either they'll roll out and spend resources when they don't have to. But I'm going to control Shiva and I'm going to do a, you know, just a typical setup that you normally would do. For example, like with Joker, right? You get started in the corner, you put the bomb at the bottom, it explodes. If your opponent tries to jump out, whatever. You guys know the deal, right? Let's just say with RoboCop, I get a nice little launcher. And I try to go for this, right? I'm mashing as hard as I can on down 1. Let me just show you guys the punish first. So as you guys see, it says punish right there for Shiva. Punish again. Wake up, stand 1, punish for trying to go for a setup where this variation is like supposed to shine, right? That's where this variation is supposed to shine. I mistimed it right there, but you guys see the point. He recovers so slowly on his grenade that you could wake up and punish him for it, which is something that, like I said, I was like, oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. I don't even get my nice little setup that I came up with. But anyway, the combo that you guys saw me do is pretty much the basic bread and butter combo with RoboCop. I go back a little bit so I can have a little bit more space whenever I do throw my grenade, but that right there I think is a little bit safer. You can't press buttons after it, but it's safer to call in the normal bed of spikes. And as far as finishing off the combo, I think you could do that, right? Or am I wrong? You don't need a down 1, you could just go with this. Man, RoboCop's timing is so weird because, like I said, very, very clunky. But same thing applies with this. That's like your main damage that you're gonna get when you go for this. Let's see. What do we get? We can't get a forward, can we? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you could get that. Nah, too much gravity is being used up. Alright, that's not bad. But if you do actually want to try to gimmick your opponent out, something that I wanted to do, or that I did, instead of, you know, finishing off the combo, you throw your bomb right here, and then boom. As you guys see, this string right here, you can flawless block it, of course. But I think even if you flawless block it, if you don't do an up 3, you're still gonna get caught by the grenade right here, which is really cool. So let me show you guys again. Back up a little bit, because you want the grenade to be as far away from the corner as you possibly can, because if you're around here, let's see, what could it be? If you're close to here, the grenade is just gonna go away. And as you guys see, she's not even taking dot damage. So that's why I do a little back right here. You know, get your opponent scared. And, you know, try to gimmick your opponent out with something, you know what I mean? Maybe they improve the variation a little bit later. But you have to be careful too. You can't do that too fast. Let's see, how much damage is this? But this is like where this variation is supposed to shine, you know what I mean? But the fact that he recovers so slowly from the meter burn version of that move right there, it really hurts. Yeah, if you do it too fast or too slow, you're not gonna get the relaunch. But that is RoboCop in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go out there and try to gimmick people. If you grab in this, if you grab in that scenario and you're not as close to the corner as you should be, you will get the grab setup into the unblockable, but it is going to be a little bit tricky, because you know, you're going to have to get your opponent with this in order to actually get the setup. I don't know if it works with this. Maybe something like that. If you do get a crushing blow, you give up all your damage in order to go for the setup. Alright, so that about does it for RoboCop, ladies and gentlemen. Go out there, try them out. To be honest, this variation right here, very gimmicky, but this is my personal favorite variation just because it has, you know, the traps and stuff. I find it a lot more interesting than variation number 2, which is like an incredible zoning variation, and variation number 1, which is, you know, it has a command grab. So that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.